Hey guys, it's BHA here bringing you another video. So the great folks over at Anona Security sent me over one of their brand new Wi-Fi smart locks or door locks. This thing is awesome. Probably going to be one of my favorite of all times, at least for this year. Now this thing is a retrofit door lock, so it'll fit on your existing deadbolt, but it's Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and it even supports Matter, which is pretty awesome. But for 90 bucks, you can get the door lock and the keypad all together. That's a great deal. I mean, I guarantee you're going to struggle to find one that has the capabilities that this has for that price. And I'm not sure how long that price is going to last because it looks like on their website, that's like a 40% discount going on right now. Now, the only thing I've noticed that's kind of a downside for some people is I don't see it for sale anywhere on Amazon's website. So you have to buy it straight from Anona Security. I will have the link in the description below, so you're definitely going to go over there and check that out. But nonetheless, let's dive right in and see what all we can do with it. Let's get started. Alright, so let's get these boxes opened up here. So when you order this thing, you will get both the door lock and the keypad, which is pretty cool. Now the door lock comes in two colors, but I think the keypad, at least currently, only comes in the charcoal gray color. But we will start with the door lock box here. So you can see it's got the logo right there on the top. And if we open this thing up, we got the instructions there for setting it up. And then we got a little box here. Let's see what's inside it. Alright, so we got various brackets depending on what type of door lock you have. They have different pieces, so when you take your existing lock off, you'll be able to see which one fits. Let's see, we got 4 AA batteries, and they say this will run for roughly 4 to 6 months depending on use before having to change the battery, so that's a pretty nice deal. We got a mounting bracket here. It looks like some additional instructions and mounting tape in case you need to drill any holes. Last but not least, we have the lock itself, and this thing is very small form factor. Definitely has a little weight to it, so it's not cheap. I mean, this thing feels heavy duty. I really like the sleek design of this thing, and like I said, they have two colors. So if you don't like this one, there's also one that has a copper and white combination. Looks pretty nice as well. Alright, so moving on to the keypad box. Looks to be about the same size, at least the box is. Right here on top, we got another little box here. And it looks like this thing will run on 3 AA batteries. We got instructions and mounting bracket and screws. Let's open this little bag here just to show you what that looks like. And then of course you have the keypad. It's definitely a little smaller than the lock, but roughly the same size. But this thing is definitely good quality, very well made. The only thing I wish this had is a fingerprint reader, which seems to be coming a lot more common with these smart door locks. But that's it for everything you get. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step and we'll get this thing installed. Okay, so I'm going to be installing this on my front door. Now I have a different smart lock installed previously, so we will be swapping it out for this new one. It should be pretty simple. We'll just pull the old one off and put the Anona Holo right in its place. So it should be pretty easy. As you can see here, I got the old one off, and basically we're just gonna, put the mounting bracket here on the outside to kind of hold it in place, which is what you can see here. I got the exterior side of the door lock with a mounting bracket there. It looks pretty good. And then here is a clip of the lock fully installed. You can see the light blinking there, so we know it's ready for pairing mode and looking for the app to get it set up. And just to show you in this last clip, I didn't show the bracket on there, but I do have the keypad mounted outside as well and ready to be added to the app also. One last thing I wanted to show you guys was the batteries. So on the lock here, the cover is magnetic. So you just pop that off and then you can replace the 4 AA batteries when you needed to. It's super easy to do. And then as far as the keypad goes, it's a little more work. So you're going to slide the keypad off of the bracket. And then on the back side of the keypad, there are 4 screws, 1 in each corner. You will remove those screws and it will expose the 3 AA batteries that you need to replace there. So let's go ahead and move on to the next step and we'll get everything added into the Anona Security app. All right, so here we are in the app, and if we click on add device here, it will start searching for a new device. And if your device isn't currently blinking or in pairing mode, then it wants you to basically reset that lock and make sure that you can get it into pairing mode, so you kind of follow the directions there. But then it should be seen by the app, and then we can kind of move on to the next step where we're going to set up the Wi-Fi for the lock. Now remember, this lock only supports 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so no 5 gigahertz here. So basically we're just going to add our Wi-Fi information. We'll give it a few seconds to make that connection, and boom. Now we can change the name of the lock if we want to. I'm going to call it front door lock. It kind of specifies where its location is. And then it walks us through installing the lock, but we've already done that, so we can kind of skip ahead here and we are ready to calibrate the lock. And of course, it walks us through those steps as well. The cool thing about this lock is it also tells you when the door is open and closed, so that's kind of nice. But we now have the lock calibrated, and so we need to get the keypad added as well. So if we scroll up on the main screen here, we can click on keypad management, and then we're going to go ahead and add keypad. The process is pretty much the same. We need to put the keypad in pairing mode, so we can just follow the directions there. We'll give it a second to make that connection, and then we set up an admin passcode. This will be kind of your main passcode for being able to lock and unlock the door. But once we do that, the keypad is now associated with a lock, and we can create additional passcodes if we wanted to, or guest passcodes if we want to allow others to unlock the door. At this point, we have added everything to the app. Let's go ahead and move on to the next step, and we'll go over all the various options within the app. Okay, so here we are back in the Anona Security app, and right off the bat, I really like the design of the app. It's really clean looking. So you can see the lock status there, along with the battery status, Bluetooth, and even Wi-Fi status of the lock itself right there. Similar to the iPhone, you have the slide to lock unlock, which is kind of cool. But if we swipe up here, we have a few more options. So you can share the device with other users if you wanted to. You have the keypad management, which we kind of showed during the setup. You go in here and you can create passcodes and make changes if you needed to existing ones. Let's see what else we got. We got low power mode. So if you enable low power mode, this will improve battery life, but it disables Wi-Fi, which means no remotely controlling the lock. Then we got auto lock, which of course automatically locks the door after a set amount of time. I like the fact that it gives you some presets, but it also gives you the option to set custom amounts of time as well. That's kind of cool. Let's see, if we scroll down here, we can see a summary of the amount of times the lock's been locked and unlocked. In fact, if we click on this event area, you can view different days. So if you want to go back and look at various times the door was locked, unlocked for, say, a day last week. You can click on that and view all the different times there, so that's kind of nice. But if we go into lock settings here, there are a few more options. So we already talked about auto lock, so we kind of understand what that means. But there's travel mode, which is pretty much like low power mode. Basically, you can enable this, and while you're on vacation, this kind of makes sure that the battery is not going to die while you're gone or anything like that. You can even set guest passcodes here as well for while you're on vacation. Let's see, obviously we can recalibrate the lock if we need to. So under sound settings, this is kind of where you adjust sound alerts. So when you lock or unlock this door from the keypad or from the app, it will make a sound alert on the door lock itself, just letting people know that the door has been locked or unlocked. So you can disable those sounds here, make them a little bit quieter if you wanted to. Let's see what else we got. So we have all of our device information here, including changing the name of the lock if we wanted to, or adjusting the Wi-Fi settings. Let's see, under device notifications is where we can enable, disable certain push notifications if we wanted to. So when you have all the notifications on, you will get notifications when the door is open and closed, as well as locked and unlocked. Let's see, we can do firmware updates if we needed to, as well as this is where we turn on Matter binding, which I'm going to skip for now because we're going to cover that in the next section. So let's go ahead and head there now. So here we are back in the Anona Security app, and we are in the settings section. So we're going to click on Matter binding here. And as you can see, it does mention that this will consume more power if you are using Matter. So just keep that in mind. I'm not sure what that will do to the battery life, but hopefully it won't be too bad. Here is our Matter pairing code. So we're going to copy that here. That way, when we go over to HomeKit, we should be able to just add the device using this pairing code. So here we are. We're going to click on Add Accessory here. So you could scan that QR code if you had it in front of you, but we can just click on More Options. And you can see it already sees the lock, so we will select that there, and then we can paste in that pairing code from earlier. So we'll give it a few minutes here to get fully connected into HomeKit. And I think we are good. So we can choose a location here. I'm going to choose Living Room. And I'll go ahead and change the name of that device as well. I'm going to call it Front Door Lock. I think we are done. We now have it added into HomeKit via Matter, and we are good to go. Now, Home Assistant should pretty much work the same way as well. I'm not going to cover that right now, but you get the idea. Now remember, in order to add Matter devices into HomeKit, you must have a Matter Thread-enabled Home Hub, like the new Apple TV 4K. And you can see here, it is the Anona Holo lock. There's the information there kind of showing the manufacturer and all that kind of stuff. So this lock is in HomeKit. So we've got the lock on our network. We have it added to HomeKit via Matter. Let's go ahead and move on to the last step, and I will give you my final thoughts. All right, so the Anona Holo door lock. This thing is awesome. I really like it. I like the fact that under $100 you can get both the keypad and the door lock. It's very small form factor. It's got a high quality design. The fact that you can not only use it with the Anona Security app, but if you have Matter configured at your house, then you can add it to HomeKit and other Matter enabled hubs as well. Very nice. If you're looking for a smart door lock that will work with your existing door lock, you definitely want to check out Anona Security's Holo Smart Lock. The only thing that I hope they will include in future updates is the ability to get the door status, meaning open and closed, into HomeKit via Matter. So I can see the door status in the Anona Security app, but it'd be great if I could also see it in HomeKit from all of the information it gets via Matter. Other than that, I love this lock. I will have links to Anona Security's website in the description below. Head over there and check it out for yourself. I want to thank everybody for donating to my Buy Me a Coffee link. Every little bit helps. If you haven't had a chance, head over to my spring merchandise page and check out all the Burns home automation merchandise. And if you're looking for the latest smart window treatment, you're going to want to check out Smartwings. I'll have a link in the description below. Head over there and see what deals they currently have running. If you're looking for the latest smart home gear just all around, you're going to want to check out Smonet. I'll have a link in the description below for them as well. Head over there and see what deals they currently have running. And if you're in need of SIM cards for any of your IoT gear, then you're going to want to check out Eiotclub. I'll have a link in the description below. Head over there and see what specials they currently have running on their SIM cards. And of course, don't forget Eufy Security. So they have tons of new cameras that are coming out, and I'll have a link in the description below. Head over there, check out all the latest products that they have. If you're interested in buying and selling stock or maybe cryptocurrency, you're going to want to check out Robinhood. If you sign up with that link in the description below, you and I both will get a free share of stock. It's a win-win for both of us. If you liked the video, please subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the comments below. As always, if there are any videos out there that you would like to see that I don't already have out there, let me know in the comments as well, and I'll see if I can't get something put together for you guys. Otherwise, I'll see you guys around.